Hey everybody, Brian Pincala here demonstrating my framework read assignment for this week. I used CodeIgniter, which I had a lot of success with. I thought I was able to duplicate the functionality from my first week's assignment without any changes or issues. So we've got the current view again here with the listing of tweets from the people that they're imaginary people that they're sent from, and then the timestamp. So if you click on any one of them, it's going to take you to the message where it displays the content here, and it retains the handle and timestamp. 1, 2, and 3 all work without a problem, and it's still pulling all the same information from the database. This was all original from when I created it for the first assignment, so no issues there. You'll notice here that the tweet ID 2, 6, and 7, this information is being passed through. So when I click on friend 1 and look at the URL, it's showing number 2 here, and I'll get into how that works in just a second. First, a little bit of information on the setup. CodeIgniter was extremely easy to configure and set up. All I did was modify a few documents. The first one was the config.php, which is in this config folder here. And here I just pasted in the base URL. So it goes all the way up to the CI and then the /. That's all I did for that document. In the roots, I just specified that I wanted tweets, which is my default controller right here. I just specified that here. And then in the database document, I put in my database information. So I've got my local host, the port number here, and then I've got the username and password both as root, and then the name of the database, which is live tweet, as you can see up here. So that's all I did for setup. It was pretty easy. Moving into my code, I'm going to show you my controller, my model, and then my 2 views for the details in the current listing. The footer and header, and that's all pretty straightforward. That hasn't really changed at all, so I'm just going to focus on the real code here. So the first is my tweets.php, and this is my controller. I have class tweets, which extends the CI controller, and then I've got my construct function here where I'm actually loading my model. And then I've got my public function index, which is, this is the function for my current tweets listing, and I have this as index because it's the first page that you see. It's loading the get tweets function from the tweets model. It's also loading the views for my header, the footer, and then the current tweets view, and it's passing the data. And I've got the details function, which is doing more of the same kind of thing, only this time it's grabbing the, it's actually loading the, it's calling the function for tweet details. And then this is where I made the primary key, or the tweet ID for my database. This information passed through in my URL, so it knew where to pull the information, which row to pull from. It's this URI segment and the number 3 for mine, and that's the information that I'm passing through. Again, same kind of thing along with my header, footer, and then tweet details as my view, and then the data along with it. So that was my controller. This is the model. Within the construct function, I'm also loading my database, and then the database is all pulled. The information is coming from that database document I set up during my configuration. Then I also have my get tweets function. This is basically just grabbing all the information from the database and storing it into an array. And then this is my get tweets details function, where I got the ID here that I'm going to be passing, and then it's just selecting everything from my tweets table, and where the tweet ID is the ID, and then again I'm passing that through. It's storing all the information in an array. This is my current tweets view, and this is where I had a little bit of the only trouble I really had was setting up this URL here, or the extension on the URL, so that way when I clicked on the handle, it knew where to send the user using this ID. So more of kind of the same functionality we saw before, though. It's a for each loop with all the information inside of the array being looped through on the browser. And then my details, same thing, except only for the ID that's being clicked on in the handle on the current tweets listing. So that's my details, and then the model you already saw, and that's pretty much it. Again, my functionality is exactly the same. Had no problems with that. I really enjoyed this class. I took a lot away from it. I have a much better appreciation and understanding for data security. I am very much looking forward to applying everything that I've learned this month into future projects, both professionally and in educational form. I found this class to be very valuable and a lot of fun, even through some of the struggles that I've had. Thanks.